Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. My name is Neil and in today's video we're going to talk about absolute value and solve some examples in this case. Okay, let's get started. What is absolute value? Absolute value of a number is its distance from zero on the number line without considering direction. We have a number line like this. This is 0. We have some positive numbers on the right hand side and some negative numbers in the left hand side of this number line. Consider this point A, and we are going to find the value, absolute value of A. You can see this is 1, 2, 3, 4, positive 5, and absolute value of positive 5 is positive because the distance from 0 to A is 5 units. And as another example, we have point B, and this point is negative 3, and absolute value of negative 3 is 3 because the distance between B and 0 is 3 units. And we know that absolute value of 0 is 0 because there is no difference between 0 and 0. So absolute value is always a non-negative number, which means positive or 0. There is a simple rule for finding the absolute value of any number. Absolute value of x is x if the number is positive or bigger than 0. But the absolute value of x is negative x if the number inside the absolute value is a negative number. So you should find the opposite of the number inside the absolute value, like this. Okay, now we are going to cover some examples. (10 minus 20 divided by 5 times 2 squared). Okay, we have negative sign, multiplication, division, and powers. So according to order of operation, first of all, we should go for powers. 2 squared is 4, and then we have division and multiplication. And when we have both of them, because they are in the same level, you should start from the left to the right. 20 times divided by 5 is 4, and then 4 times 4 is 16. So 10 minus 16 is negative 6, and absolute value of negative 6 is positive 6. And the second question. It seems a little bit tricky, but I think it would be really easy to solve. Okay, negative 3/4 raised to the power of negative 4 and then raised to the power of 0. Before solving step by step, we should know that according to power rule, when we have one power raised to another one, we are allowed to multiply the exponents. So we have negative 3/4 raised to the power negative 4 times 0 is 0. And then we know that any number raised to the power of 0 is 1. And absolute value of 1 is 1 because it is a positive number and the value is the same. The next question is absolute value of 3 minus the square root of 5 plus absolute value of negative 2 minus the square root of 5. Okay, for solving this, we should know that square root of 5 is not a perfect square, so this is decimal, but you don't need to find the exact value of 3 minus the square root of 5. We just want to find if it's positive or negative. The square root of 5 is bigger than a square root of 4 and a square root of 9. 4 and 9 are perfect squares. So square root of 5 is a number between 2 and 3. It means it is 2 and something. And if you subtract 2 and something from 3, the answer would be positive. So the value of 3 minus square root of 5 is a positive. So this is exactly the same value, 3 minus the square root of 5. And then we have negative 2, which is a negative number. Negative square root of 5 is a negative number. Negative plus negative gives you the value negative. And according to absolute value rule, you should find the opposite of negative 2 minus the square root of 5 by multiplying a negative sign. And we should simplify this. 3 minus the square root of 5. Negative times negative 2 is positive 2. Negative times negative square root of 5 is positive square root of 5. And these two numbers are opposite. And 3 plus 2 gives you 5, the final answer of this question. And the last question of this form is square root of 1 minus square root of 3 whole squared. For solving this, we should know another rule, which is here. Square root of a squared is absolute value of a because we just want to make sure the answer of a square root is a positive number. So we should put a inside an absolute value. Okay, so we can cancel out 2 and a square root, and we have absolute value of 1 minus the square root of 3. Square root of 3 is a number between 1 and 2, which is 1 and something, and 1 minus 1 and something gives you a negative number, so the value is negative. And according to absolute value rule, you should multiply a negative sign by all terms inside the absolute value. According to distributive law, negative times 1, negative 1, negative times negative, the square root of 3 is positive. This is the final answer. You can use your calculator to find the answer in form of decimals, or it can be your final answer as well. And the last question is like this. If a and b are less than 0 and c is bigger than 0, simplify these expressions. This question is a little bit tricky, but we can figure it out by knowing all rules of absolute value. Let's get started. Okay, a is less than 0, so it's a negative number. The same story for b, but c is bigger than 0, which is a positive number. And then we should find the sign or the value of a plus 2b. There is no value like 5, 3, or any number for a, b, and c, but we just want to find the sign of them. A is a negative number. 2y of b, which is a negative number as well, and negative plus negative gives you the value negative. According to absolute value rule, you should multiply all terms inside the absolute value by a negative number. And then don't forget to put this negative sign here, and then go for c. C is a positive number, and c squared is positive as well, but negative times a positive number gives you a negative one. Okay, so the value of this is negative, so we should multiply by a negative sign. Be careful to don't forget to write all these negative signs. Okay, and now I'm gonna simplify this expression. Negative times a is negative a, negative times 2b, negative 2b, and we have negative times negative, which is negative, and c squared. This is the final answer. And part 2 of this question, which is the last one. Negative 2 times a plus b, negative 3 times negative a plus c. Okay. A is negative, b is negative, negative plus negative is negative, so we should multiply this expression by another negative sign. So first of all, we have negative 2 times a plus b, which we had already, but multiply by another negative sign. And then a is negative, negative times negative is positive, c is positive, positive plus positive is positive, so the value is exactly the same. So we just need to write negative 3 times negative a plus c. And the last step is simplifying this expression. Negative times negative is positive 2, positive 2 times a, 2a, positive 2 times b, positive 2b, negative 3 times negative a, positive 3a, and negative 3c, and 2a and 3a are like terms. Collect them. This is the final answer of this question. So if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye bye.